What's up, kickboxers? It's self-defense time. And what I'm going to be talking about today is a little close quarter space. Recently in class, we've done some knees, we've done some pummel drills, we've even done some elbows. But we're going to talk about when somebody closes the space. And this is more or less, this can be competition. More than likely you're going to see this in a bully type of situation with somebody on the street. They're just trying to chase you down, grab you. Sometimes you get pinned up against the wall. Sometimes you're out in open space. We don't know what kind of obstacles are going to show up, but we need to have some answers for whatever our situation is that we're given. Come here. So if I'm anywhere and maybe I turn around, but whatever the situation is, they run up and they grab me. And they grab me, my arms are stuck on the inside. A lot of times our first instinct is just like to turn and run. But usually turning and running away usually gets us wound up into where they're throwing us around and our weight is dead, or they have control of our weight. We've learned that we want to base out. And base doesn't mean drive the hips forward, because if I drive my hips forward, it's going to make it easier for her to move me around, get me on my toes, and pick me up. I want to get a firm base to where her hips are sticking out just as much as mine. And I have my hands on the inside so I can use my forearms to create space. But the more I try and create space, if this is a big person, the more they're going to try and squeeze. That's going to give me a lot more base. When they try and squeeze harder, I try and push out, she squeezes me harder. I've got this foot drop back so I can drive forward with the knee. All right, I'm looking for the torso of the body. This may take 2 or 3 knees, but something specific I'm gonna do is just not bring my knee straight up, because this doesn't create a lot of momentum, especially with larger people. Smaller person, you catch them in the right spot, it can generate a reaction. But I'm trying to inflict maximum damage, okay? So when she grabs, my hands are up, I'm grabbing my base, I'm trying to push away. I see there are hips, so there's some space in between. As my knee comes forward and I get to here, I'm gonna draw my hips forward. Now it may not look like I'm driving my hips forward. When I get to here and my knee is in the middle, I'm doing this with my hips to drive straight into her. That's gonna give the momentum of my body, some separation with the frame. It's gonna put some tension on the grip. I'm also gonna inflict pain. I know as long as they have their arms around me, as long as their hands are connected, they're not gonna hit me. The biggest threat I have is the headbutt. I would be the one headbutting them, not them headbutting me. So if you can see their eyes, headbutting is always an option. If you headbutt, do not headbutt forehead to forehead, that hurts. Headbutt between the eyes, or on the eye, or on the nose. But I prefer right between the eyes. Because if I look at them between the eyes, my forehead's going right there on the nose. You're gonna damage the nose, it's gonna make them harder to breathe, they can't see, the eyes will water, hopefully disorient them a little bit. So again, she comes up and she makes the grab, my hands are stuck. First thing I gotta do is grab base. I can't be up here on my toes, my hips can't be back, I can't be trying to turn. I want to get my hips back, and in turn, it creates space in the middle of us. I can frame out, I can drop this back, my knee comes forward, my hips come forward to here. Once I have them here, is the time to start dropping elbows. This is really an easy elbow to throw. Sometimes if I go with the upward elbow and fix my hair, sometimes you miss this one. I don't want to miss over here and she come around and grab my back. So I want the most available targets. One more time. I'm going to do this really quick, full speed. All right, she grabs. I'm here, I establish my base, I frame off, I draw my hips forward, I get the break in here, and I come to this elbow, I turn it over, throw my other elbows. When I'm in inside space here, I can start moving towards them and working into them. If they fall to the ground, is what I want. But I don't want to overstep my bounds. I don't want to get back over here and get my back taken. So I've got to guard my ground. As I hit, they step back, I want them to move away from me. Stay in front and keep your position. Don't find you're in position where I'm here. We're taught this in class. If she throws a punch, I want to be over here and slip outside of the punch. I don't want to be trying to, strike from here. I want them right in front of me when I'm throwing elbows in the tight space. I'm guarding my ground. I'm pushing them out. I want them to run away. Okay? Take this. If you got a partner, drill that. Drill it with the tight squeeze, so you really feel that frame and how to get your hips back and bring that knee to the inside. Because knees to the kidneys, solar plexus don't feel good. We want to get that knee in there to where we're driving the hips in. Not just, this isn't that much power, but when we add the hips in, look how much farther my knee travels into them. Not just here. It's like when you're exercising, drive the knee, all right? Learn it, drill it.